I'm not sure what Batman means by that, but we got a nickel box in front of us, and I think it's time to look for some nickel treasures. Haven't seen a whole lot of things like Buffalo nickels, V nickels, War nickels, or key semi dates lately. That is what I'm hoping is going to happen today. Let's get going. It is time for another nickel box hunt. This is Silver Chupa, and that's what we're going to do today. Looking for any type of nickel treasures we can get. As you can see in our collection book, this is the primary collection, and these are the 7 nickels that we'll be looking to fill in spaces. Of course, we'll take any updates as well. That one has been in PCGS in receiving for about 3.5 weeks. You probably won't see that one till June. You never know. PCGS is pretty busy right now. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, beyond this, we're looking for more War nickels. We're looking for V nickels if we can. Buffalo nickels, of course, but I don't think we've had a buffalo nickel on a hunt for 4 or 5 months now. I think it's about time. You can see our nickel box has a rubber band about it, and that is because I believe most of them are customer wrapped rolls. We'll open it up and take a look at it. Let's do that now. So here's the top side of the box. I guess I was a little bit off. There are some customer wrapped rolls, as you can kind of see. It's interesting how these two are different than these. And then there's a rubber band around 10 of each. I know she was having a tough time counting when I was doing this, but I actually see some Monticello backs here that look pretty decent. Even some of these that look a little bit old. We'll see. Let's see if they are or not. There's a 2005. It does not look like the speared buffalo. This could be also another speared buffalo chance, I should say. The man, the myth. There's the rest of them. It's a very, very interesting collection. Well, let's see how it goes. So it's kind of like a half and half. Well, it's not really even a half. It's more like 1/4, 1/5 customer rolled, and the rest are bankrolled by whoever does that. Loomis, Brinks, don't know. Anyway, I say we get to it. Okay, on to roll 1. Now, I'm not sure why I'm showing you the top of this, because you would know what that would actually look like with that. Anyway, you can take my word for it. This is roll 1 laid out. Very interesting 2005 find here. Somebody took a metal grinder or some sort to it. The front's got some of the same deal. Now, I could be actually pretty ticked off this was the speared buffalo, because that would probably make it pretty worthless. Anyway, I thought it was interesting to look at. We do actually have a find to start off. 1954. Man, I like good starts. 54, also, this could be a Philly with no mint mark. It could be Denver, or it could be San Francisco. This was the last year for the San Francisco mint on the back of the coin. So let's go ahead and check it out. San Francisco would be the least amount minted, at least. It's Denver, and I live in Metro Denver. That makes sense. Yes, thumbs up. Anyway, I still actually have a bit to look at. Bring you back in if something pops up. On to the 6th roll of the box. And I'm still actually working on the customer rolled ones. I would say that most of them tend to have newer type Jeffersons in them. So we'll see how it goes. We only have a few left, but they tend to be a little bit younger. At least I'm not finding any more ground smooth nickels in there after that first roll. Anyway, obviously I brought you in for something. There's 58. Be nice if I could find a Philly, so in other words, no mint mark. But these tend to be D Denver all day long. There you go. So, second find of the hunt. I still have a bit to look through. Bring you back in if something pops up. Seventh roll of the hunt. And I'm not bringing you in for a particularly old. It's not even in the 50s. So, it's not even an old coin. It's a 64. And man, this looks... It's just beautiful. There doesn't look like there's a scratch on it. And if I go to the back, it's the same way, too. That is... As much as I give 1964 nickels a grief, that's beautiful. Funny thing is, I did take this under the scope. You can only see maybe 1 to 2 steps in there. Which tells you that when they struck these coins, not all of these coins got struck very well when it came to steps. Because this has no excuses for not having any steps. Or very little steps. Anyway, I'm keeping that one. She's a beauty. We'll see if anything else brings you in. Or I will bring you in. Okay, on to the 11th roll. So we are on the second roll, the first brick of 10. And these are all rolled by professionals, whatever the heck that means. I do have a find, and this has happened now. I don't know if it was the last time I found the 2009 Philly, but this is definitely one. And even though this looks a little shaky here when it comes to scratches and whatnot, this is going to update the other fugly one that I have. Man, a lot of hair. That's good, but that's cool. So it looks like I'm going to continue just updating on the Philly 2009 as I go through this year, which is pretty cool. Anyway, I just rolled this and laid it out. Gonna take a look through it, bring it back in if something's crying out to be seen. You're on to roll 11. And actually just found a 58, put it up there. Don't need to show that to you. You'll see enough of them. We do have another D mint mark on the back, and as you know, 1964 and older, that's where they put the mint mark. Except for the Silver Warriors. They did put them on the reverse, yes, but all the Silver Warriors have the letters. Even Philadelphia has that beginning letter up top there. Anyway, we're thinking good stuff here. At 50, or what are we at? 50D and 3938D. Oh, it's 40s. Well, this is going to be the oldest one we've found so far. 1948D. Cool. Well, still have a little bit left of this roll. Bring you back in if something pops up. So roll 14 of this box. And all the way down at the end, we got 2 coins here. This one, we know we've got something. It's got an S mint mark on the back, and that would be at least 1954. It would be very cool if a 48 or 49 semi-key or a 3938 key date would come out. Let's see what we got. It is 50s. 54. So right at the beginning. We already have a 54D, so one more. The Philly 54 would complete the minute cycle, which would be cool. This D's got a lot of detail to it. Well, I guess it's not total. Let's see if we got anything, or is this a fail? It is going to be a fail, per se. 1960. It's not a 64. We are not collecting them, however, so no to that. We do have a whole roll to go through and bring you back in if something arises. Roll 19 will bring us another 59. I've already shown you one. Did I already go past that? No. We'll get to it. There you go. Gotta get a little that way. He did have a 59 Philly. This one's going to be Denver here. Definitely have the mint sight on that. Now, I have never seen this one before. So I'm not even exactly sure what this is about. Now, I don't think it's Canadian, no, because it's joining George IV. But it's got that dodecahedron, that 12-sided deal that the 2002 Canadian penny has. So it makes me wonder if this isn't some kind of commemorative. It is a Canadian nickel. 1947. Oh, man. That is very awesome. I was not expecting that whatsoever. And this is in decent condition. It's not like it's all mucked up or anything. This is easily the oldest nickel I found from Canada. Cool. I do have a lot more to look at here. We will bring you back. I'm still kind of a little flustered on that one. Bring you back if I find something else. On to roll 20 of this box hunt. And just found another one that is very common in these hunts. But it's the first time we found it today, so always cool. Like to see this to be a Philadelphia, but most of the times it will be the D. Yep, Denver minted it is. That is now, as OC says. OC says that is find 9 of the Jeffersons, and we do have that nice Canadian nickel as well. Got a little bit more to check out. OC says we'll come back if we find something. Okay, so we are on the third brick of 10 rolls, which means this would be the 26th roll. A little bit past halfway. Past 7 or 8 rolls have been a bit dead. So we haven't had any finds for that amount of time. But we do have something happening down here on the roll itself. This one came up. I'd already seen this. And I thought it was a 59 at first. And I was just going to put it on the pile and not even do a video of it. But obviously that's not a 59, that's a 39. That 3 and 5 can be a little close in how they look. But second look, it is a 39. Now, mint mark wise, if it's a D or an S on the back, that would be a key date, which I need both for the collections, or the collection. It's got a lot of wear to it. The deal with that is if a key date were actually in a roll, it'd probably be in a pretty decent condition, because one would think that somebody had put their collection in circulation. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look. See, well, I kind of already showed you a little bit, but I'm going to still slow roll it just in case you don't rewind. And that is a Philadelphia. That's all right. That's the oldest Jefferson nickel of the hunt so far, so that is very cool. I'm looking upstairs. There is I believe, a DDR or a DDO for this. I'll check that later. But I'm just checking for the henning notch here on the R. I do not see it. Now that notch actually becomes there because the dies, after a lot of use, deteriorate, and Henning did not take care of his dyes very well. That's where the notch actually comes from. So some of these, if they were early dye, if they were on the early dye, they actually would look pretty good. No notch. This has got to be 5.5 of this Henning. It is not. The fact of the matter is, it's supposed to be about right around 5 grams, and that's 0.2 off. But, you know, it does wear. Wear does actually take some weight off of a nickel. Anyway, 39, cool. I do have a bunch to look at here and bring it back in if I find something. Okay, this is the 4th brick out of 10 with 3 rolls left. That means it's roll 37. Just laid it out. And we got a 1940 here. So it's been a bit dry in the back end of this box, but cool that we're getting some of the older ones in there. 40 is pretty common. 40 out of Philly is even more common if we do get it. Let's see. And it is Philadelphia. Cool. You have a whole roll to look through. Hopefully something else will pop up. Okay, so we are at roll 38. I've actually got it in a roll like this. And the reason why is you've got a discolored nickel rim right here. It actually looks very good. Very good for possibilities. I actually videotape a lot of these. And nowadays, anything from the 70s, 80s, up into 2000 teens, I'm getting a lot of rims with this color. So I actually end up trashing most of the videotape that I actually take. I know it's not videotape, but I don't know what else to call it. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at this. The thing is, if it isn't, you'll never see this tape. And if it is, well, you'll see it. I do see the obverse here, so I'd rather show the obverse first. So let's go ahead and take a look. She's got the look, I'll tell you that, of being old. 1942. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Let's bring it out to here. Now, the thing is, 1942, there are 2 types of nickels. They started out in 1942 by minting the regular type, and that's called type 1. Then, because of the war and the need for nickel, they took some of that nickel out. And they did, or at least some of the metals out. I'm not quite sure if it was the nickel or the other types of metals that are actually in a nickel. And what they did was they made a type 2 in the later part of the year, and they put 35% silver into that nickel. So this is either a type 1 or type 2. And I'll tell you right now, it looks pretty good for being a type 2. So when I turn this over, the mint mark, and they did have a P mint mark from the years 42 to 45, it'll be a big one, and it'll be up on the top of the coin, right above Monticello. So let's see if we get one. There it is. It's a P, too. Could have been a D, could have been an S. This is one of the very few times that P mint mark is actually being shown on a nickel. Well, nowadays, actually, I guess they do have P's. I'm thinking of the pennies. Anyway, very cool. I haven't had a silver or nickel for about 2 or 3 videos now. Easily, it had to have been the 3rd one I think I had it in. So like the start of the year. Very cool. Well, okay, we are on to the 47th roll. Had a little bit of a dry spell there again, so about 7, 8 rolls there, which is completely zilch. But we are on 47. Obviously, I brought you in for something. Did just lay this out and was pining through the first part, and this is what popped up, 49. Now, there is a semi-key date Low mintage San Francisco 49er. Let's see if we get one. That is a D for Denver. But that's cool. 49 minted in Denver. Good find. I believe that is Jefferson fine for 17, I believe. 18 if we include the Canadian nickel, which was a great find. I will take a look at the rest and bring it back in if something pops up. So that is the end of the first box of this hunt. And as you can see, it's big empty. Batman is guarding. I believe, let me just do a quick counter. Is that 17 Jefferson finds from 59 to older, 39 being the oldest one found, second year Jefferson. Got that 47 Canadian nickel. A little bit under the average, but the thing is, when you find, you can't hardly see it here, you've got a silver nickel and that 47. I dig quality over quantity, to be honest. But, you know what? I'm feeling like a second box, so let's go ahead and get that out and check out the top side. So, here is the top of the second box for this hunt. Seeing a few interesting ones. Ugh. It's a schmooze on that one. Some newer ones. I'm seeing a few interesting portraits here. I have not seen a buffalo nickel, so don't see any large mint marks around with silver. I do see some interest there. Of course, it's what's inside those rolls that usually tells the story. So let's go ahead and start looking at that story with that one right there. Okay, roll one of this second box, and looks like we're already on board. In fact, there's actually lots of interesting coins in here already, but that one definitely pushes itself out. Now, we've already found a 54 D and S. That first box. Let's see. If no mint mark, we'll have all the mints for 54. That will be a D for Denver. Cool. And that'll be the third nickel out of 54. You can see this one actually looks kind of old. Maybe not. We'll do a little success fail on this anyway. Whether it is or not, portrait has a shot at it. Let's see what we got. That would be a fail. It's 20 years older than the last one. Okay, well, that happens. Anyway, we will take a look at the rest of the roll and bring it back in if something comes up. Roll 6 is up to bat. And we definitely have a find up here at the beginning. We got a 47. 1947, that is, of course. Also condition. Do we have a mint mark to go along with that? We do. Denver. So cool. There's one. We do have one with a D mint mark on the back. Let's see if we're able to get here's that 1950 D that we've been looking for. It is a 5, folks. What are the chances? Doesn't look like we even have a mint mark there. I believe that's a 5, by the way. Yep. It's 9. That's pretty funny. I'm just making sure that's not a 39, because that 5 and the 3 always get me on these ones. That is indeed a 5. 3090 would have been awesome, by the way. I still have quite a few nickels to look through. I will bring you back in if something pops up. Okay, so we are on the 12th roll of this nickel box, the second nickel box of our nickel hunt. And I've already laid out the roll, as you can see. Let's go down the line here. Obviously, there's something that we're going to find. See if you can spot it first. Oh, wait a minute. What is that? It's got an interesting tone to it. Take a look. It says 1943. That is going to be a Silver War nickel. Not sure why I did not spot that with the rim, but I did not. But it is 1943. Silver War nickels were made from 1942 to 1945. They have 35% silver in their makeup. Of course, there are other metals in there as well, but it has to be a bit of wear there, but it has to be a Silver War nickel. So we are going to be looking for a mint mark on the top of Monticello here. Let's go ahead and, by the way, nice little dirty finger, Chupa. It's an S. Cool. San Francisco. It's always a treat to find a Silver War nickel, whether I have it in the collection or not, because it's always a keeper, that's for sure. That is the second Silver War nickel found in this 2-box hunt. In the first box, we had a 1942, I believe it was Philadelphia. I do have the rest of these nickels to look through. Let's see if I find anything else. I will bring you in. Roll 13. This is just right after Silver War nickel, and this baby's eating up pretty good here. I was going to mention that I did bring up another 1959, but I spared you the video of it. Take a look here, 1955. Now, if this is Philadelphia, in other words, no mint mark on the back, this will be a semi-key date, which would be very, very cool. Maybe if it has a D on it, that's cool too. Let's find out together. It is a D, 1955 out of Denver. Cool. Well, anyway, as you can see, actually, this one has some potential here. Well, it'd be nice if I bring you back and then, boom, there it is. I'll bring you back if something pops. Later on in the same roll, 13, that pops up, 1949. The S mint mark, if it would pop up, would be semi-key date. It's 2 coins in a row. We're looking at, can that pop up kind of a thing. I don't think so in this case. Lots of wear, but you never know. It is a Denver mint mark. Nice. A couple of cool finds in this roll. We're going to go on to roll 14. Roll 17 of the second box of the hunt. Down the line. Looky. 1953. Now, there are no semi-keys or key dates here, but it's always nice to get San Francisco in there. Let's see if that's what happens. Oh, please, oh, please, oh, please, oh, please, oh, please, oh, please. I'm just kidding, by the way. 1953, minted in Denver. Awesome find. Roll 20 of the second box of the nickel hunt. And this was actually the first one in line here. So it was an ender. That's nasty. That's almost beyond nasty. I don't know if you can see it, but I've actually already checked this on the scope. There's a 6 after the 5, so it is 1956. And I do believe there is a D mint mark. There are no San Francisco mint marks on a 56, but I did see it coming out of this. Yeah. Anyway, it is a fine. I'm going to count it as such. So, roll 23 of this second box of the hunt. And this box keeps on going. This will be, now, as I settle on the coin of, by the way, I think might have something here too. I don't see a mint mark there, but take a look at that. This is the third Silver nickel of this hunt. This is after going, I think, the last 2 hunts without one. Sometimes they come in bunches just like this. 1945, 35% silver. We already know it's a silver nickel. It can't be anything but. The mint mark is in question, of course. Monticello on top of Monticello, Jefferson's home. What will it be? It is P for Philadelphia, not Pennsylvania, by the way, which I might have said in the short. Anyway, pretty cool. This is roll 26 of the second box. And it's going down the line. We have 1947 sticking out. Not too bad a condition there either. Can't tell if that's a hair or scratch. I'm guessing that's a scratch. Let us see what mint mark we get for this. No mint mark. 47 out of Philadelphia. I will bring you back in if this roll has something to show. Still on a roll 26. About midway through, I would say. 1941 has popped up. It's a very common date, especially the Philly one. Let's see if a mint mark is in this as well. No, there is not. Philadelphia will be. Cool. Another good find. I'll bring you back in once again if something else pops up. Roll 29 of the hunt. And we've got another 41 sticking its head out here. Let's go ahead and pull it. Decent condition. A little bit of green schmooze there, but it's alright. Do we have a mint mark or is it Philly? It is a mint mark. And it would be a D. Denver, 1941. Go. On to roll 30, and this box just continues to keep on giving. I've already actually set out and spread out the nickels themselves, and as you can see, I've already brought out the first part of it. Take a look what popped out. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, a first-year Jefferson nickel, 1938. Even the Philadelphia, which is a little bit minted at a little bit less than 20 million, is still a great find. But the D and the S are both key dates in the primary collection that I'm building is in need of an S. Question is, can we get one out of this? Now, I would say in first inspection, at least on the reverse, those are pretty good details. Might even be an upgrade if it is just a Philadelphia or a Denver. Let's see what we got. Now it's Philadelphia. That's still cool. This is only the third 1938 I've found in any of these collecting videos. And I believe the secondary collection needs one. Anyway, take a look. Still have a little bit to look through. Bring you back in if something pops up. On to roll 39. And I have just laid out to this roll. This has been a great box, by the way. It continues to be, especially when you are bringing out, oops, sorry, I kind of missed that one. 1940. 84 years old, right on the dot there. Very common date, even in the DNS mince marks, but still. Always cool to find something that's 84 years old and a just regular bankroll. Philadelphia it is. I'm on the back end of roll 30, which means the last part, because I don't have any more coins left. 1954 shows up. That would be, 70 years old? Nice. Anyway. Do we have a mint mark to go along with that? We do not. That will be straight out of Philadelphia or straight out of Compton. Nice little 82 here. And I believe it's got like a couple of the first steps at least. I'm going to check to see if that's an upgrader. So normally I wouldn't show you anything like that, but since it was there, what the heck. 1954 out of Philly. On to 31. Roll. Roll 42 of this second box of the nickel box hunt. It's a lot of words to say. I got something peeking out here. That's right, you see it. That looks like a 49. I think we have at least one 49 today. No, actually, I think we have a couple there. I'm looking over there at the 49, by the way. I was peeking. So there's 49. Let's see if 49. If it's an S, it's semi-key. If it's semi-key, I don't know. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be happy either way. It doesn't matter. It is, it's a D for Denver. Well, I live in the Denver metro area, so I get to see a lot of D's around here. It's D-centric. Roll 43 of this nickel box hunt. Right in the middle of it. A little bit more to go. But as you can see, we got a sells another 1940. As I said before, a very common date, but still 84 years old, so hey, we're not too proud. Let's see if we can get an S on here. Nope, Philadelphia again. Pretty common, as I said, but cool. I believe that's either the 20th find of this box or the 19th. I'll have to check on that. Okay, on to roll 49. So we got one more roll out in this box. And we do have another find here. It's another 1940. I think we're missing the S for the complete mint set for this year. Let's see if we do get the S. We do not. Another Philadelphia. It's still cool. I do want to mention, this is probably 10 rolls or so back, that we did get the full mint set for the 54s. Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Still have a bit to look through on this roll. I'll bring you back in if something pops up. We are on the 50th roll of this second box. So last roll it is. And we've got a little bit of success fail coming to us here. The cheater dust. You can see that on my thumb. So we do have a D there. We are, of course, looking for the infamous 1950D. Whoa, could it be? It looks old enough to be one. Details not there, though, but we can always hope. It is not 1950D, but 55. Cool. Not a semi-key date. 55 Philadelphia is, but plenty cool. So, there is the empty box, and this is the end of this 2-box nickel hunt. Are we ready for the summary? I've got everything laid out per mintage and date. Let's go ahead and start over here at 1940. All 4 of the finds in 1940 are Philadelphia. 41, we've got 1 Philadelphia and a couple of San Franciscos. 47, 1947, we got a Philadelphia and 1 Denver. 1948, we've got 1 Denver. 1949, all 3 are minted from Denver, or in Denver, excuse me. I can't go with that one quite yet. 1953, that is Denver, I believe. You know what, I'm going to check that just real quick, just to make sure that was not San Francisco. No, that was Denver. 1954, we've got actually all 3 here. I'll move that one up a little bit. Got 1 from Philly, a couple from Denver, and San Francisco. So all the mintages there. 1955, unfortunately no semi-keys in Philadelphia, but 2 Denvers. Avery Scuzzy, 56, minted in Denver. 57, 3 finds there, all Denver, 4 finds from 58. Nice specimen there on that one. And then 59, 1 from Philly. I don't usually get much from either 3 of these, 57s, 58s, or 59s from Philly. And then we've got 5 59s from Denver. Cool finds of this box. Lots of quality here. We've got a 1938 Philadelphia. That is the 3rd time I found a first-year Jefferson. 39 Philadelphia. We've got 3 Civil War nickels here. A 42 Philadelphia, a 43 San Francisco, and a 45 Philly. And then from that first box, a big surprise find. That is a King George, by the way, a Canadian nickel, 1947. Look at that 1964 Philly. Pretty. What's funny is that thing looks like it's uncirculated, and you go back and look at the steps. There are no steps. Everything else is very detailed. Steps just did not get minted, or just didn't get punched very well. I actually found a couple of 2009s. This probably will be an upgrader for me because I have a lousy 2009 right now, but I'll check. And I do have a Denver too, so I right underneath it, and actually guess it is underneath it. Hopefully both of those will be upgraders. I have not checked for varieties in any of these yet, and that's what will happen next. I'll come back and I'll let you know if there is any, number 1, and then we'll take a look at the catalogs. I don't think anything is going to be happening with the primary, but the secondary probably will have some fills. We'll find out when we get back here. So, no varieties found. We are on to the catalog books. Here is the primary. We still have all 7 holes that were there to start. The only change we have here is an update. That 38 Philadelphia fits in there nicely and actually is a much better sample, if you want to put it that way, than what I had in there. So, cool. Good upgrade. The secondary album. And I didn't think I had a 38 for this, but I did. So that actually, this is from the primary, and that got popped down. So this is an update. Here is a whole fill. The 43 Philadelphia Civil War nickel will go in there nicely. Well, not as nicely as I would have liked it, but it will go in there. And the other Civil War nickels I already had. This is getting down. I think I'm down to 12 holes here too. The only hole on this last page is the semi-key 55. But this is getting pretty close to where the primary is. The fact is, I've actually started a third album. I'm not going to bother showing that unless all this stuff gets filled, and really we're having no fills. Anyway, pretty cool. I do remember that also is found in there, so I'll put that in my nickel foreign stack. Pretty cool. This was awesome. Anytime I can get 3 silverware nickels in a box hunt is very cool. And the fact that that came out, we had a 38 and a 39. A lot more quality than we've had in the last couple of nickel hunts. I hope you enjoyed it. I definitely did. This probably is going to be a long video, but that's kind of the way it is. You can search around in there for the things that you like. Watch as much as you can or want. Anyway, we're going to get on penny cent coin hunt next. Have a great weekend or week, depending on when you are watching this. We will see you next time.